getting the call from Amir at, I think it was like 2 in the afternoon. And
Do you remember the month?
I do. I think it was November 14th, 2015.
That's right.
So it's the end of last year, and I get this call, and it's Amir. And he wants me to do some artwork. And I said, "What's it for?" He goes, "Well, I just got done shooting something. I think you'll like it. It's different. It's something I've never done before. And I'd like you to be a part of it." And again, not really wanting to be directed or doing anything that's outside of what I was doing on, because I've dedicated basically the past 2 years to full-time painting and then also full-time designing. But you know, when it comes to my art, I just wanted to be able to dictate where that goes, because it's not client work. When I got the call and we discussed the project, I really didn't get much out of Amir. It was a very cryptic kind of call. So I remember saying, "Hey, let me sleep on this. Let me think about it, and I'll get back to you soon." It wasn't, I think it was around 3 a.m., 2 a.m. typically when I go to sleep. I knew that I had to kind of make that call before I even went to bed, because I can't sleep with this stuff running through my head. So, and I just knew. I knew that it was a good choice to get on this project and start working on something that's different. Something that's outside of me, bigger than me, and special in so many different ways. And then it just got down to having a good time creating these pieces. You know, my process is I let it sink in, it sits with me for a while, and then it just shows up. I don't get in the way. Anytime me as an artist or as a technician has gotten in the way, the pieces don't turn out so well. So I got out of the way, and each piece was different, way different than what I've done before. I think you guys will see that if you guys are familiar with the work that I share daily here on different channels. You'll see that these pieces have a completely different flavor, and the reason for that was I was able to get out of the way completely, or 95% of the way. There is a couple of things that you'll see there that I repetitively bring back in, but for the most part they're completely different. The brush strokes are more expressive. They're not really going back to what I'm used to drawing, obviously. You know, you won't see a whole lot of the larger figurative pieces that I do, because I didn't really need to rely on that to do this project. There was no judgment. There was really no question of what this piece was about, other than translating emotions, feelings, and concepts. Some of what you see here, and as you see it being created, there's multitudes of layers, just like the project. The project itself left me wanting for more, and I would have been able to watch an hour of this stuff and listen to it. It impacted me so deeply after the fact, which is interesting. I don't know how the art would have looked if I had seen the project early on. I might have been either intimidated or pushed into trying to keep up with the voice of the piece. But you'll see there's so many different contrasts and so many similarities between the two pieces of work, between what I created and what MIRS created. You'll see that they work really well together, but they also stand apart from each other just as perfectly. And each piece represents a tone, or one of the tracks, or one of the scenes of what's happening in MIRS and Canyon.